Good morning. Welcome to Newsline. We're coming live to you on NBT, Radio Thailand, FM 88, and also on NBT World. So thank you very much for joining us this morning. It's Wednesday, March 18, 2015. I'm Cholapansan Rula. And here's Thailand moves forward. The Cabinet has endorsed Thailand's application for membership at the International Renewable Energy Agency, or ARENA, proposed by the Ministry of Energy. The Ministry of Energy has deemed that membership at the ARENA would increase Thailand's access to information, knowledge, technology and renewable energy networks. The country will also be afforded assistance in research and development relating to renewable energy in the forms of funds, specialists and aids, such as eligibility to low-interest loans from the ARENA ADFD funds.
The Cabinet approved a proposal from the Ministry of Energy for the Royal Thai Government to apply for membership to the International Renewable Energy Agency, or ARENA. The International Renewable Energy Agency, or ARENA, is an intergovernmental organization that supports countries in their transition to a sustainable energy future and serves as the principal platform for international cooperation, a center of excellence, and a repository of policy, technology, resource, and financial knowledge on renewable energy. ARENA promotes the widespread adoption and sustainable use of all forms of renewable energy, including bioenergy, geothermal, hydropower, ocean, solar, and wind energy, in the pursuit of sustainable development, energy access, energy security, and low-carbon economic growth and prosperity.
Entry into ARENA would allow Thailand to voice its opinion in various undertakings sanctioned by the ARENA Assembly and at ARENA conferences. Thailand will also be able to play a role in the administration of ARENA by sending personnel to take up prominent positions at the agency. Lastly, membership at ARENA would also allow Thailand to propose projects that would benefit the country's efforts to develop renewable energy. The Cabinet on Tuesday also endorsed Thailand's application as an observer country within the Pacific Alliance trade bloc and also endorsed the hosting of the 48th Southeast Asian Ministers of Education Organization Council Conference. Captain Yongyut Mayalap, the government spokesperson, disclosed that the Cabinet had assigned the Minister of Foreign Affairs or a substitute to lead Thailand's delegation to the Pacific Alliance. Thailand's application for the observer status would allow the country to carry out proactive foreign policies, tighten multilateral relations, and provide Thailand with the opportunity to express its voice at the Latin American stage.
To further promote economic and trade cooperation, Colombia, as interim president of the Pacific Alliance, has invited Thailand to be an observer to the Pacific Alliance. The alliance is a new grouping of 4 Latin American countries, which consists of Mexico, Colombia, Peru, and Chile. The alliance is looking forward to working with Thailand and other ASEAN nations on economic and trade cooperation. The goal of the alliance is to create an area of deep integration that promotes greater growth, development, and competitiveness of the participating economies through the progressive search for free movement of goods, services, capital, and persons. As an observer, Thailand will benefit from international political, economy, trade, and investment. Moreover, the government has expressed its readiness to support the relationship between the Pacific Alliance and ASEAN. Following approval by the Cabinet on the 17th of March 2015, Ministry of Foreign Affairs will submit the application to Mexico, the present interim president, which will bring the matter to the consideration of the Council of Ministers in May 2015 in Mexico.
Captain Yongyut said the Cabinet had also endorsed the hosting of the Southeast Asian Ministers of Education Organization Education Ministers Conference in Pattaya, Chonburi from May 6 till the 9th. The annual meeting will be participated by the education ministers of 11 member countries and 8 additional countries who will come together to lay down joint policies and designate various joint activities and projects.
A proposal from the Ministry of Education for Thailand to host the 48th Southeast Asian Ministers of Education Council Conference, or CMEC, between the 6th and the 8th of May 2015 at Royal Cliff Hotels Group, Pattaya, Chonburi Province. This conference is held annually and will involve 250 participants, including 11 ministers of education from members of CMEC and associate members from 19 other countries. The conference will set policy and cooperation in the areas of education, science and culture in Southeast Asia. As a host, Thailand will have the opportunity to promote regional cooperation in education and human resource development.
The Cabinet has given the green light to an autonomous university bill proposed by Silapakon University, allowing the institute to separate its management from the government system. Education Minister Admiral Narong Pipattanasai reported that the Cabinet agreed to the proposed bill that would entitle Silapakon University to freedom from the government's control and give it the right to administer its own organization. Following its approval, the bill is set to be passed on to the National Legislative Assembly to deliberate. According to the Secretary General of the Office of the Higher Education Commission, Dr. Kamchon Tatiyagawi, Silapakon University is the latest institute that has been given autonomy. 3 more universities are expected to follow suit, namely Suan Sunanta Rajapat University, Sri Nakarinthra Virod University, and Prince of Songkhla University. A number of leading institutes in Thailand have already been operating as autonomous universities, including Chulalongkorn University, Mahidol University, and King Mongkut Institute of Technology, Lat Krabang. Despite the separation from the state, support funds are still allocated to these universities annually as a way to guarantee the quality of their educational services. Thailand and Turkey have upgraded their bilateral ties to the level of strategic partnership. Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Affairs Minister General Thanasak Patimapakon extended an official welcome to Mevlut Çavuşoğlu, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Turkey, who is on his first formal visit to Thailand. The Turkish minister, who is guest of Thailand's Foreign Ministry, and also General Thanasak, they held talks on various bilateral issues ranging from economics to security, academic cooperation and international collaboration. The two also agreed to upgrade both nations' relations to a strategic partnership. Thailand and Turkey established diplomatic ties in 1958, and both countries' relations have been close and cordial. Turkey, a moderate Islamic state with over 75 million population, is also viewed as a gateway to Central Asia, the Balkan Peninsula, the Middle East and Africa. After the meeting, the Thai Foreign Ministry hosted a dinner reception for the guest. The National Legislative Assembly, or NLA, has not received the impeachment motions against 250 former members of Parliament, according to its president. NLA President Pornpet Wichit Cholachai said the legislature, as of now, has yet to receive motions seeking to impeach 250 ex-MPs for their illegal attempt to amend the previous constitution. The president took this opportunity to assure all sides that every individual indicted will be treated fairly and that their cases will proceed in accord with the justice system. Mr. Pornpet said the motions will have to be tabled for deliberation within 30 days once the National Anti-Corruption Commission has forwarded them to the lawmakers. The Constitution Drafting Committee has completed the review of more than half of the articles included in the draft charter and is planning to travel to Chiang Mai at the beginning of April. The CDC meeting continued reviewing individual articles of the draft constitution to check on their accuracy and completeness. So far, 161 articles have been reviewed, excluding Article 76, which calls for a minimum of 1 in 3 of party list lawmakers being women, as it is yet to be picked up for deliberation. At the meeting, the charter drafters also discussed the preparation for the upcoming trip to the northern region, where the CDC will bring the draft constitution to show to locals in order to hear the opinions of residents from 4 northern provinces. The trip is scheduled to take off in Chiang Mai during April 3rd till the 4th. Smog in the northern province of Mae Hong Son has caused disruptions to air travel for 5 days. Air pollution there is still considered as harmful to health. Mae Hong Son Governor Surapon Panat Ampon said the current PM10 level in the province was 280 micrograms per cubic meter, decreasing by 23 micrograms per cubic meter. However, the current PM10 still exceeded safe levels and posed threats to people's health. The governor added that he had instructed local administrative officers to closely monitor wildfire and patrol the areas at risk of fire more frequently. The mountainous geography of Mae Hong Son makes it difficult to distinguish forest fires, one of the causes of smog. The province has asked the Navy to send airplanes and helicopters to help spray water mist in the air. Air travel in Mae Hong Son has been disrupted by thick smog in the airport for 5 days now. Some flights will be cancelled until the situation improves. Fire trucks spray water mist into the air every day in the city area, which has been heavily affected by smog. The province has also requested artificial rains from the Department of Royal Rainmaking and Agricultural Aviation. Minister of Industry Chakramon Phasukwanit and Minister of Finance Sommai Phasi have together chaired the launch of the Eco Sticker and signed a cooperation deal to encourage engine sustainability in the automotive industry of Thailand. Kun Lisnari Wichisarasat has a story.
Car suppliers and manufacturers will be obligated to attach the Eco Stickers with new cars from January next year onwards. The Eco Sticker is aimed at guaranteeing engine sustainability and has been used by many countries including Japan, Europe, and Australia. The Eco Sticker will indicate the amount of carbon dioxide used per kilometer and combined fuel usage both inside and outside of the city. Cars with Eco Stickers will also need to pass several safety tests, including those on the anti-lock braking system, ABS, and the electronic braking system, EBS. The cars will also have information on the acceptable standards for exhaust emissions of new vehicles. The extra information will be useful for the consumers, but there are also additional costs involved.
The Eco Sticker, I think, is very benefit from both the government agency, especially the Ministry of Finance, because they will use this Eco Sticker as a reference for the tax, excise tax correction. But in case of the for the buyer or the consumer, they can consider the detail of the car in the Eco Sticker, and they can decide what kind of the car or the spec of the car that they would like to buy.
In principle, of course, when in the first phase of the implementation, we'll see that the tax bracket might change a little bit. So currently, we have the E20 tax privilege, meaning that, of course, if the excise tax is 30, if you have E20, you have the tax privilege down to 25. But in the future, when you have the CO2, the E20 is no more valid. Yeah, so probably the tax bracket will go up from 30 to 35 by the basis of around 5% more. But I believe that this is the next phase of the future, because of course we have to talk about the new technology in the future, which of course all manufacturers, including BMW, we have new technology every day, and that would mean that we have to reduce the CO2 level for our cars. So from 150 down to 140 and furthermore in the future. So I believe that all car manufacturers would be going forward for the CO2 reduction.
Mr. Grisada added that at present, car buyers usually look at the price, engine, and horsepower when buying a new vehicle, but in the future, they will need to pay more attention to the rate of carbon dioxide emission, which will help them determine how efficient the car is. The Ministry of Industry will launch a website, worldwideweb.car.go.th, in December to provide the public with more information about the Eco Sticker.
Moving on, Bangkok Suvarnabhumi Airport was ranked the 5th best airport in the category of airports with 40 to 50 million passengers a year in the annual Skytrax World Airport Awards 2015. According to the general manager of the Suvarnabhumi Airport. The manager of the airport, Kun Prapon Pattama Kitsakun, said Suvarnabhumi was ranked after Seoul's Incheon Airport, Kuala Lumpur Airport, Madrid Airport, and San Francisco Airport in the same category. Apart from this, Suvarnabhumi was also named the 10th best airport staff in Asia and given the 47th place among the world's top 100 airports. Announcing the honour, Mr. Prapon expressed his thanks to all staff and the organisation for their efforts to deliver the best services. The rankings were based on more than 13 million surveys completed online by passengers of 112 nationalities through worldairportsurveys.com and answering phone questionnaires between May 2014 and January 2015. The World Airport Awards are the most prestigious accolades for the airport industry, voted by customers in the largest annual global airport customer satisfaction survey. Apart from Skytrax Awards, Suvarnabhumi was also honored in other world rankings, such as the 6th best airport in the world by smarttravelasia.com. It is one of the top 10 Asia's most suitable to sleep airports by sleepingairports.net. The latter is given owing to convenient facilities for passengers waiting in Suvarnabhumi Airport. And hotel reservations for Songkran Festival in Chiang Mai have increased by 15 to 20% due to greater number of foreign tourists comprising mostly of Chinese and also backpackers from all over the world. Kun Pornchai Jitnawasathian, president of Chiang Mai Tourism Business Association, said even though the haze situation in the northern region of Thailand still prevails, with particulate matter measured at 300 micrograms per cubic meter, news reports about the haze are not publicized too negatively. Mr. Pornchai said no cancellations have been made to the reservations made by the Chinese group tours, while 60% of the accommodations have been reserved by individual tourists. Meanwhile, the haze situation is likely to be mitigated by the end of March or possibly early April due to the rainstorms, which usually comes in the advent of the rainy season. Mr. Pornchai urged Thai tourists to book their rooms in advance, as it will be nearly impossible to find a room on arrival due to great number of foreign tourists coming to enjoy during the festival. And that's it for Thailand Moves Forward today. We'll now take a quick commercial break, but of course, before the messages to appear on your screen, we'll take a brief look at the exchange rates and the commodity prices.
Maintain a strong nation, Thailand is promoting 12 core values for the good of the people. The 9th core value, being conscious and mindful of actions in line with His Majesty the King's royal statements.
Even if we don't see them, they are amongst us. And they're hungry. Slay your power-sucking monsters. Take their power away. Think when you plug.
NBT World, a 24-hour English language television service operated by the National News Bureau of Thailand, or NNT, is designed to bring the most reliable information about Thailand to the international community. NBT World is available on various platforms, including via C-band set-top boxes, GMMZ Channel 202, PSI Channel 272, and a live stream on thainews.prd.go.th/newsing. You can also follow us on facebook.com/NNT News or download the PRD News EN application on your smartphones. NBT World, a vision of Thailand.
Malaysian Prime Minister Najib Razak officially opened the 5-day Langkawi International Maritime and Aerospace or Lima exhibition on Tuesday with a ceremony flyover by the Royal Malaysian Air Force. Razak said Lima 2015 is memorable because all 10 ASEAN defense ministers are attending the exhibition, and the ASEAN defense ministers meeting was held for the first time in Langkawi for 2 days. Lima has grown over the years with 512 exhibitors this year compared with 433 in the last event in 2013. There are 65 ships, 110 planes from 63 countries at the event. China Shipbuilding and Offshore International, China National Precision Machinery Import and Export Corporation, and China Shipbuilding Trading are also taking part in the exhibition. The Bai acrobatic flying team of the Chinese People's Liberation Army Air Force performed a stunt show at the opening ceremony. The Indonesian acrobatic team originally planned to perform as well, but their show was cancelled due to an accident during a rehearsal last Sunday. Prime Minister Najib Razak said that he was shocked and saddened with the accident that took place last Sunday, but was grateful and thankful that there were no serious injuries. Lima was first held in 1991 with over 100 exhibiting companies. As it stands today, Lima is one of the most influential exhibitions in Southeast Asia. To other international news now, the United States lost contact with an unarmed predator drone over Syria on Tuesday. U.S. officials said stopping short of confirming the plane was taken down by Syrian air defenses, as reported by the Syrian state media. Another U.S. official speaking on Reuters on condition of anonymity said flatly the United States could not determine the cause yet without elaborating. It was the first such incident since the U.S.-led coalition began carrying out airstrikes against the hardline militant Islamic State group in Iraq and Syria last summer. U.S. officials have previously described Syrian skies as relatively passive, noting that the Syrian government of President Bashar al-Assad had not taken aim at coalition aircraft flying over its territory. But early on Tuesday, Syria's state news agency SANA said its air defenses brought down a U.S. surveillance plane in the coastal province of Latakia. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu claimed victory in Israel's election on Tuesday after exit polls showed he had erased his center-left rival's lead with a hard rightward shift that saw him disavow a commitment to negotiate a Palestinian state. Difficult coalition talks still lie ahead. Isaac Herzog, Netanyahu's chief opponent and head of the center-left Zionist Union, said everything is still open and that he had already spoken to party leaders about forming a government. But after days in which Zionist Union appeared poised to defeat Netanyahu's Likud, the exit polls put the two parties in a dead heat. Netanyahu could have the easier path to forming a cabinet, which would put him on course to become Israel's longest-serving leader. Netanyahu has focused on the threat from Iran's nuclear program and militant Islam, but many Israelis had said they were tiring of the message, and the center-left had campaigned on social and economic issues, surging in polls as election day neared. Two television exit polls for Channel 10 and Channel 1 said Likud and Zionist Union had each secured 27 seats in the 120-member Knesset. Channel 2 gave Netanyahu a narrow edge, with 28 to 27 for his challenger after polling stations closed. Opinion polls in the run-up to the ballot had shown Zionist Union with a 3 to 4 seat advantage over Likud, suggesting the public had warmed to Herzog, who won over voters with flashes of wit after enduring being lampooned for his short stature and reedy voice. Final results are not expected until early Wednesday morning. And that's it for today's edition of Newsline. Thank you very much for joining us. Today we part, taking you to Ayutthaya to have a look at Muay Thai boxers from around the world, paying respects to their teachers as part of the World Wai Crew ceremony. I'm Cholapan Sanrula. Thank you very much for spending part of your day with us. Sawasdee ka.